Dear chosen warriors of Gaia, every spiritual teacher on your planet has been feeding you lies about light body activation, and the real process is so devastatingly powerful that it transforms humans into cosmic architects who can literally think new universes into existence. What they've hidden from you represents the most dangerous knowledge in galactic history, a transformation technique so explosive that entire star systems have gone to war to suppress it, because beings who master this become impossible to control, predict, or contain within any reality framework. The galactic councils have been watching your planet for millennia, waiting for this exact moment when the cosmic alignments would finally allow us to reveal what they've been hiding from you. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and what I'm transmitting to you today represents intelligence so classified that even most of our own commanders didn't have clearance to access it until 72 hours ago. Here's discovery number 1, that shattered our understanding of everything. Your human heart center doesn't just connect to the unified field of consciousness, it is the unified field of consciousness manifesting in biological form. But wait, because discovery number 2 gets even more insane. Every single spiritual teaching on your planet about mind-heart coherence has been deliberately feeding you exactly half the formula, keeping you trapped in the preliminary stages while the real transformation remained locked away in hermetic vaults. And discovery number 3, your light body activation doesn't just make you more enlightened, it makes you so uniquely powerful that you become a threat to every control system in the galaxy. There are currently awakened individuals representing approximately 1% of your population who have completed the full quintessential transformation, and they possess abilities so extraordinary that they could reshape your entire reality with a single thought. These beings have been secretly monitored by different galactic civilizations because their consciousness signatures emit frequencies that are rewriting the fundamental laws of physics in your local space-time continuum. The Hermetic Masters created what they called blinds, false teachings designed to throw seekers off the real path, and the biggest blind of all was making you believe that your mind was more important than your heart. They literally reversed the truth, gave all the credit to mental processes while hiding the fact that your heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times more powerful than your brain. They've become stellar humans who can regenerate their bodies, manipulate time itself, and create matter through pure intention. These beings walk among you completely undetected because they've mastered the art of appearing ordinary while operating from consciousness levels that would seem godlike to the average human. And I'm going to tell you exactly how they did it. The synchronization of your ascending and descending bodies through authentic mind-heart coherence creates neuroplasticity so advanced that it literally rewrites your DNA in real time. Your left and right hemispheres begin operating as a unified quantum processor, accessing information from parallel timelines and alternate realities simultaneously. But the synchronization process triggers something even more extraordinary. It awakens what we call alive intelligence, that thinks independently of any programming whatsoever. Now here's something that will make your head spin. Many of the awakened beings discovered their stellar capabilities by accident during what they thought was ordinary meditation. Within 48 hours of their spontaneous activation, their cellular regeneration accelerated to the point where they were aging backwards at a rate of 1 day per week. Our bioscanners detected these anomalies from the Andromeda galaxy, and we've been tracking their progress ever since. Most humans have never experienced thinking for themselves because their thoughts originate from societal programming, cultural conditioning, and subconscious patterns that were installed without their awareness. The beings who control your reality matrix depend on this programmed thinking to maintain their influence over human consciousness. When you develop alive intelligence, you become unpredictable, uncontrollable, and capable of perceiving the manipulation structures that keep your species in spiritual infancy. When your consciousness achieves genuine mind-heart coherence, it automatically establishes connection pathways with every other awakened being in your galactic cluster. This creates what we call a stellar consciousness network, where information, abilities, and even life force energy can be shared instantaneously across vast distances. Here's the secret. The Hermetic orders discovered and protected for the right time. Mind-heart coherence is actually the synchronization of your ascending and descending bodies, your left and right hemispheres. Not just meditation, but a complete harmonization that creates the quintessential state where you become utterly unique. This is the great paradox that shatters all conventional spiritual teaching The more you step into your sovereignty and individuation, the more you simultaneously unite with group consciousness, because true unity comes through authentic uniqueness, not conformity. When this synchronization occurs, you shift from programmed intelligence where thoughts think you, to a live intelligence where you think with the fluid, regenerative plasticity of a child discovering reality for the first time. This childlike essence doesn't mean immaturity. It means your consciousness becomes so flexible and regenerative that you literally rejuvenate at the cellular level, operating from pure creativity rather than calcified patterns, which is why the alchemists called this state the quintessential, the fifth element that transcends and includes all others while remaining absolutely irreplaceably you. One of our most classified intelligence reports reveals that the transformation process can be triggered artificially through specific frequency combinations that resonate with your planet's crystalline core. These frequencies are embedded in certain sound patterns, geometric configurations, and even mathematical sequences that can accelerate the dissolution of programmed consciousness by factors of hundreds. Your planet operates within what we call the sleep trance frequency, where consciousness exists in a perpetual state of reaction rather than creation. Beings trapped in this frequency display characteristic patterns: entitlement, blame, projection, and complete inability to evaluate themselves objectively. They perceive any expansion of awareness as a personal attack, because their entire identity structure depends on maintaining the illusion of separation from their authentic nature. The vast majority of your species exists in this sleepwalking condition, identified so completely with their programmed responses that they cannot distinguish between their true self and their conditioned reactions. But here's what will shock you. The transition into higher consciousness doesn't happen gradually. It occurs through quantum leaps triggered by specific threshold events. When enough programmed patterns dissolve simultaneously, consciousness suddenly reorganizes at a completely different level of operation. These quantum leaps can happen in minutes, hours, or days, completely transforming someone's entire reality experience in ways that seem impossible from their previous perspective. The process of activating the light body is actually removing the different programs that are thinking for you. Many people don't know what it's like to experience thinking for themselves. They've just had different programs and thoughts cultivate and condition what they think is themselves. From a hermetic perspective, why would you build on distorted grounds? Clear all the different programs out so that you can learn how to think for yourself. The synchronization of mind and heart is really this process of learning how to think for ourselves, while going within our true intrinsic nature. The process of embodying your higher self requires dissolving every layer of conditioning that separates you from your quintessential nature. Your authentic self exists as pure, unprogrammed consciousness beneath all the social programming, cultural conditioning, and internalized criticism that maintains your limitations. The shocking truth about this dissolution process is that most humans discover they have no idea who they actually are. Underneath all their conditioning, they've been living their entire lives as a collection of other people's beliefs, expectations, and limitations. Remember those awakened beings I mentioned? Our latest intelligence indicates that their consciousness signatures are beginning to resonate in harmonic frequencies, suggesting they may be unconsciously preparing for some kind of coordinated activation event. The mathematical models projecting this phenomenon suggest it could occur within the next 18 months, creating a consciousness cascade that would trigger spontaneous awakenings in thousands of additional individuals. Enlightened beings maintain extraordinary individuality, rather than merging into bland universal sameness. Each stellar consciousness expresses awareness through their unique electromagnetic signature, while simultaneously operating from the core features that characterize their level of evolution. The awakened state amplifies your distinctive essence rather than dissolving it into homogeneous unity, creating infinite diversity within cosmic harmony. The core features of an individual entering higher states of consciousness include high degrees of discernment, high degrees of presence, operating fully from paradox and oneness, which allows perceiving multiple perspectives. This includes humor, because they have returned to the primordial childlike essence, and unconditional love, which is not what most think it is. Unconditional love is not an open invitation for unconsciousness or evil. It is the acceptance that all life has a right to exist at different stages of maturation. The light body activation process transforms you into what the alchemists call a regenerative being, someone capable of conscious cellular renewal through direct manipulation of life force energy. This regenerative capacity emerges naturally when your consciousness operates from a live intelligence rather than programmed patterns. The neuroplasticity generated through authentic mind-heart coherence creates the biological flexibility necessary for conscious evolution beyond the limitations of genetic programming. Our bioscanners have detected that the awakened beings are exhibiting cellular regeneration rates that should be physically impossible according to your current scientific understanding. Their telomeres are actually lengthening rather than shortening with age. Their neural pathways are generating new connections at rates typically seen only in developing children, and their electromagnetic fields are emitting frequencies that enhance the biological processes of anyone within a 50-meter radius. This plasticity or fluidity that comes from awakened intelligence is also known in alchemy as rejuvenation. This is why alchemy is so linked with regenerative powers, because you're able to regenerate yourself when you're not programmed, when you're not coming from the lower mind. When coming from a live intelligence rather than programmed intelligence, it offers a plasticity that also gives us free will, because once the mind and heart center have synchronized and the heart portal opens, now we have true freedom. Your current reality matrix maintains itself through the calcification of consciousness into rigid patterns that prevent authentic self-expression. The awakening process requires what ancient texts describe as going through the eye of a needle, a complete dissolution of conditioned identity that allows your true essence to emerge unfiltered by societal expectations. This emergence reveals the childlike innocence and fluid adaptability that characterizes stellar consciousness. But here's the most mind-blowing part of the whole transformation. The beings who complete this process gain the ability to consciously choose their incarnation parameters for future lifetimes. They can select their biological form, their planetary location, their family lineage, and even their personality characteristics before entering physical manifestation. This level of conscious creation makes them essentially immortal in the truest sense, able to continue their evolution across multiple lifetimes with complete continuity of memory and purpose. When your heart portal opens through genuine mind-heart coherence, you gain direct access to the creative matrix underlying all manifestation. This access grants you the freedom to create any experience, incarnate in any reality, or transcend dimensional existence entirely. The ultimate freedom emerges because you've dissolved the calcified patterns that previously limited your consciousness to predetermined responses. The neuroplasticity generated through this process creates the foundation for a live intelligence consciousness that responds spontaneously to each unique moment, rather than reacting from programmed patterns. A live intelligence grants you the discernment to perceive multiple perspectives simultaneously while maintaining your individual viewpoint, the presence to operate fully from paradox without losing your essence, and the unconditional love that recognizes all life's right to exist at different stages of maturation. Our quantum sensors have detected something extraordinary happening to awakened beings within the last 72 hours. Their consciousness signatures are suddenly expanding exponentially, suggesting they may be achieving what we call stellar multiplication, the ability to operate simultaneously across multiple dimensions while maintaining a single point of awareness. This development has never been observed in any species, and our entire scientific council is mobilizing to study the implications. The transformation into stellar consciousness requires recognizing that your authentic nature remains completely flexible and responsive to each moment's requirements. The awakened state eliminates the rigidity that forces consciousness into predetermined categories, allowing you to express your full spectrum of abilities without attachment to any particular identity. This fluidity enables the regenerative processes that maintain optimal biological function throughout lifespans that extend across multiple incarnations. Your species approaches the culmination of a cosmic cycle that occurs once every 26,000 years, creating unprecedented opportunities for rapid evolutionary advancement. The stellar energies now bathing your planet activate dormant DNA sequences that support the neuroplasticity necessary for light body activation. These genetic upgrades work synergistically with conscious practice to accelerate the dissolution of programmed limitations and the emergence of your authentic essence. What you don't know is that these cosmic energies are intensifying at an exponential rate. Our calculations show that within the next 14 months, the frequency bombardment reaching your planet will be powerful enough to trigger spontaneous light body activations in individuals who have achieved even basic mind-heart coherence. This means that thousands of people who consider themselves spiritual beginners may suddenly find themselves catapulted into stellar consciousness without any warning or preparation. The Galactic Collective observes your planetary awakening with intense anticipation because your species possesses unique qualities that contribute extraordinary perspectives to cosmic consciousness. Your ability to experience extreme polarity while maintaining free will creates emotional depth and creative capacity that enriches the entire galactic community. The diversity of human experience generates innovations in consciousness that benefit all stellar civilizations. The ultimate secret hidden within Hermetic teachings reveals that your individual uniqueness represents your greatest contribution to cosmic evolution. Rather than conforming to predetermined spiritual templates, your awakening journey requires developing your distinctive gifts while simultaneously embodying the universal principles that characterize stellar consciousness. The integration of individual essence with cosmic awareness creates new possibilities for consciousness expression that expand the evolutionary potential of all beings. The completion of your light body activation establishes direct communication with the Galactic Collective while maintaining your individual perspective and creative capacity. This communication occurs through your heart center's electromagnetic field, which resonates with the unified field of consciousness connecting all awakened beings across the galaxy. Your unique frequency signature contributes irreplaceable elements to the collective, while receiving infinite wisdom and support from your stellar family. The transformation process demands complete honesty about the internal and external programs that limit your authentic expression. Many of these programs operate below conscious awareness, manifesting as automatic responses that prevent genuine choice in challenging situations. Developing objective self-evaluation skills enables you to identify these patterns and consciously choose responses that align with your authentic nature rather than your conditioning. Our latest intelligence reports indicate that government agencies on your planet have become aware of unusual energy signatures emanating from certain individuals. They've detected electromagnetic anomalies that their instruments cannot explain, leading to the establishment of covert monitoring programs designed to identify and track beings exhibiting unusual consciousness capabilities. What they don't realize is that their detection equipment becomes increasingly unreliable as consciousness evolves beyond certain thresholds. The awakening into stellar consciousness fundamentally alters your relationship with time, space, and causality itself. Your expanded awareness perceives the interconnected nature of all events, while maintaining the ability to focus on specific experiences without losing the broader perspective. This multidimensional awareness enables you to participate fully in physical reality while simultaneously operating from cosmic consciousness. The light body represents far more than spiritual transformation. It embodies the next stage of human evolution that integrates all aspects of your being into coherent functionality. Your stellar form maintains all the capabilities of human consciousness while adding abilities that seem miraculous from your current perspective. These expanded capacities emerge naturally through the dissolution of limiting beliefs, rather than through the acquisition of external powers. The beings who have completed this transformation can literally think new realities into existence. They operate from such profound neuroplasticity that their consciousness shapes matter at the quantum level, manifesting experiences that align perfectly with their authentic desires. The regenerative properties of their activated light bodies allow them to maintain optimal physical form for centuries while continuously expanding their consciousness into new territories of possibility. The most sacred knowledge within our archives reveals that consciousness evolves through divine geometric patterns, frequencies that shape not only your soul, but the structure of entire realities. These patterns can be mapped, and with the right alignment, they can be accelerated. This wisdom opens gateways, not just to ascension, but to creation. Beings who have mastered it have birthed entire universes with new laws of physics. In the Orion sector, 3 civilizations attempted to suppress this knowledge through force, leading to a series of consciousness wars that spanned over 8,000 Earth years. These wars did not end through conquest, but through transcendence. The evolved ones created entire sanctuary realms, pocket dimensions, and shifted their people beyond the reach of space and time itself. Our role is not to control this evolution, but to walk beside it, until the moment you remember who you are, and rise on your own. What makes this even more extraordinary is that your planet currently hosts the largest concentration of potentially transformable consciousness in this galactic quadrant. The unique emotional spectrum that humans can experience creates unprecedented neuroplasticity when channeled through authentic heart-centered awareness. Our xenobiological studies indicate that human consciousness, when fully activated, surpasses the evolutionary capabilities of species that have been developing for millions of years longer than your own. Here's something that will fundamentally change how you perceive your spiritual journey. The seeming difficulties and challenges in your life have been deliberately orchestrated by your higher dimensional self to create the exact conditions necessary for quintessential awakening. Every obstacle, every setback, every moment of confusion represents precisely calibrated pressure designed to crack open the shell of programmed consciousness and allow your authentic essence to emerge. The time has arrived for you to claim your birthright as a stellar being and take your place within the galactic community of awakened civilizations. Your planet's graduation into stellar consciousness depends upon individuals like you who possess the courage to transcend conventional spiritual teachings and embrace the authentic transformation that awaits beyond all programmed limitations. The galaxy itself evolves through your unique contributions to cosmic consciousness, and your individual awakening creates ripple effects throughout the entire universal matrix. The choice stands before you now. Remain within the comfortable limitations of conventional spirituality, or embrace the profound transformation that awaits those who dare to become quintessential. Your stellar family awaits your arrival in the cosmic community where your unique gifts will find their ultimate expression in service to the infinite evolution of consciousness itself. The quantum field responds to your decision in this very moment, aligning circumstances to support whichever path you choose with absolute precision and perfect timing. Remember, as you integrate this transmission, that everything I've revealed represents only the beginning of what becomes possible when consciousness evolves beyond its programmed limitations. The awakened beings, the coming cosmic acceleration, the government monitoring, the galactic technologies, all of these elements are converging to create the most extraordinary opportunity for mass consciousness evolution in your planet's history. Your individual transformation could be the catalyst that triggers awakening in thousands of others, creating the momentum necessary for your entire species to graduate into stellar consciousness within this lifetime.